Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now I know a lot of you struggle with the issue of working from home versus working in the office. Is one better than the other? Is it better to work from home? Is it better to work in the office? And oftentimes these are really pitted against one another as though one is better than the other one. But in this video today, rather than pitting one against another, I want to show you the benefits of working from home and also working from the office. If you're new here, my name is Michael and I am a higher education leader that is based in Los Angeles, California, and I hold my doctorate in organizational leadership. By tapping into my work and also my teaching, I hope to provide you with some practical strategies and tools to help you level up your management and your leadership skills in the workplace. So as I mentioned, rather than focusing on all the negativity that could come along with this topic, I want to focus on what are the pros of working from the office and also for working at home. So at the macro level or the broad picture level, working from home provides us with a greater level of efficiency. It also allows us to not have the long commutes that we would have going into the office. Now, on the flip side of things, working from the office does provide a better base for communication, collaboration, and also professional growth within your organization as a whole. So beyond this macro level of thinking about working from home versus working in the office, there are a lot more factors that come into play when thinking about the benefits of each. So let's start exploring some of those now. So one of the things, the defining highlights of working from home is it does provide us with a greater sense of work-life balance. Once we went through the pandemic, I think that really alerted us to what are our important needs and what are our important desires in our lives. And having a true work-life balance is definitely something that a lot of us seek after. Now, as I talked about in some previous videos, I study generational differences, and there is a large difference between the desires for working from home regarding the younger generations opposed to the older generations. It does seem to gravitate more towards the younger generations wanting to have a more work-life balance and wanting to work from home versus the older generations who would prefer to be in the office. So working from home also provides us with a greater level of time and an ability to manage our time in a better way. So it gives us that work-life balance, but also gives us a lot of our time back because we don't have to be stuck in commuting and dealing with issues that come along with that. And we all know time is such a valuable resource, even much more than money, promotions, career development. We really want to have a sense of control over our time, and we want to have more time for the things that really matter to us, such as our family and our friends. One of the other great things about working from home is all the digital technologies that we have at within our hands. So think about things like Zoom, all the AI technology that's coming out. Those things are really enabling us to work from home and still have a great level of proficiency and have a great level of efficiency in the workplace. I think that's one of the things that managers were very concerned about working from home, is that we weren't going to be as productive or efficient as we were in the office. But technology has given us the ability to work beyond that and have success working from home as well. And now working from home also provides us with a greater efficiency over the costs that we have. So think about things like gas and car transportation and all the expenses that go into that. We are faced with some tough economic times right now, and people are struggling to get by working 2 and 3 jobs. So any means by which we could save money, and working from home does provide us with a lot of sense of security around that, so that we could have some of those resources back in our pockets to spend on the things that are meaningful to us. And then working from home also provides us not only with time, but time to spend with family and friends. And we know from the pandemic how important those social interactions are. When we were distanced from individuals, our mental health really suffered. So when we are able to work from home, we are given that opportunity to have more time in our days, and we won't be so exhausted at the end of the day to go see family, to go see friends, and we could spend that time where we would be maybe commuting, actually spending it in a more productive way and a more meaningful way with family and friends. And then the last benefit can be kind of a tug and pull depending upon your situation at home. So I would say for myself, as a single individual, there's way less distractions at home. You're able to focus and really get deep, meaningful work done. Now, somebody with a family and somebody who's taking care of kids in addition to doing work, they may find it better to actually go into the office to be able to get that deep work done. So it really depends on your situation at home. You really have to evaluate that. So just to share some of my personal thoughts on this, I really enjoy working from home. I only go to the office 1 day a week now, and I think it's very beneficial for me. As a single person, I am able to get that deep work and that focus work done at home without the distractions. Oftentimes I do find if I do go into the office that I am having Zoom meetings anyway, so it seems kind of purposeless for me to go into the office. But as we'll talk about in a few minutes, there are definitely benefits to going into the office as well. So I don't want to dismiss those or say that one is better than the other. Again, the focus of this video is to embracing the best of both worlds. So now let's explore some of the highlights of working from in the office space. So as I mentioned, if you do have a family or you do have other distractions at home, even things like laundry for a single person or other distractions that may come up in your home space, they do have a tendency to take away from some of the levels of efficiency that you could have by working from the office. Not only that, you kind of miss out on the collaborative aspect of working with people one-on-one and face-to-face when you're not in the office. So going to the office provides a level of collaboration and teamwork and productivity that is just not seen working from home. And as I mentioned, collaboration is a big thing, and especially when you're new to the organization and you're working with senior leaders in the organization, having that face-to-face interaction with them and really knowing how the organization works and functions from their perspective is really key. So when you think about coming into an organization, it may be better for you to be in person, at least initially, until you do work up your way through the ranks and are able to be promoted yourself. One of the other big benefits of working in the office is knowing the corporate culture. That is something that you're not going to achieve by working from home. That is for sure. And I think that is one of the most vital things here, not only working with senior leaders one-on-one and face-to-face, but also knowing how the culture works. How does this organization run its operation? What are the cultural norms? What are the policies? What are the procedures? How are those things viewed? Being in person undoubtedly creates a sense of knowing exactly how the culture functions and how you need to function within it as well. And another important aspect is developing those communication skills. When you're in the office, you undoubtedly enhance your level of communication and interpersonal and those soft skills, especially again, when you're a new employee, those things are very vital. Those are things that you don't learn necessarily in college. And so it's really important to be in person, have that face-to-face communication to build up your levels of communication and know, how do I communicate with my supervisors and how do I communicate with my peers? There can be a lot of miscommunication that comes from working from home, and it's really valuable, again, to embrace the best of both worlds, where you could get that deep work done at home, but also level up your soft skills, your communication, and also having that ability to meet with senior leaders. So just to share again my personal experience with this, I do like going to the office. I find it meaningful to have face-to-face interaction. Things are remedied and gotten taken care of in a more timely manner when we do talk things out face-to-face. I don't like going to the office and being on Zoom meetings, so I think it's a really fine line to have meaningfulness to going into the office. So I think if you're a leader and you're working in that space of a hybrid type of environment where you have some time at home and some time in the office, when individuals are asked to come into the office, it should be for meaningful interaction. It should be for building up your communication skills and having that collegial atmosphere of having that teamwork environment when you are in the workplace. And then one thing I do want to caution us on is when we do work in this hybrid environment of going in the office and also working from home, we could kind of stray away from that delineation between when does work end and when does your home life start. This gets especially tricky when you're working from home. When you're working in the same space as you're sleeping and you're eating and you're doing all your activities that you would normally do from home, it can be kind of difficult to turn off. So it's really important to set goals and objectives each day so that you know the direction that you're going in. But also, when you come to that end of that day, end of your day working, you need to stop. You need to turn your email off. You need to not check it on your phones. And you really need to create clear spaces for you to function both from a work perspective and then from a home perspective. This could have detrimental effects on your physical health, on your mental health. As we've seen in a lot of studies recently, the mental health of this hybrid or a working from home type of environment where there's no delineation between work and home can create a lot of problems. So I wanted to mention that as something to really be mindful of. So I hope this video provides you with some practical tips on the benefits of working both from the office and also working from home. And before I go, I have a question for you. Do you struggle with generational differences in your workplace? If so, click on the link in the video description and I will send you a free PDF resource, and you could use this resource to enact change when it comes to generational differences in your workplace and kind of overcoming those obstacles that you may have. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and also check out this video here where I talk about the Connect framework and how it relates to overcoming accountability issues both with your peers and your supervisors. That's it for this week. Hope you have a great week. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.